Hey guys, I'm pretty sure you have seen or at least heard of WeatherWise, and I know you've probably been wondering, how do I use it? Like, what do I need to do to use it? Well, it's very simple. It's a very simple process, and I will show you guys how to use it in this video. And let's get started. So the first thing you're probably wondering is, how do you access the radars? Well, well, there is this little button right here. You can turn on all of the radars, and then all you have to do is just click one, and it'll pop up green, and it'll show you the radar data. The Kansas City radar, for example, here, it'll show you all of the pixels and whatnot, all the radar data that we're currently getting. Now, there's plenty of more accessories on here and whatnot. Let's look up here for the this is the composite. And the one I'm going to be using for this is the precipitation type. Basically just turn it on by clicking this. And if you want to, you can choose the precipitation type or the reflectivity. There's also some for like hail and tornadic activity, and also some lightning and flash flooding and all of that. And as you can see, there is some snow right here in the New England region. Right there. Heavy, particularly near Boston here. Where it's the heaviest, bless me. Next, we're moving on to the satellite. Yeah, you can access this by clicking up here, where it has this little satellite icon. And this is the current radar data. Well, this is the clean infrared long wave data, not the regular radar, not the regular satellite. I mean, you go to that. Yeah, this is the regular satellite right here. Next, this little hexagon here, want to click that. That will take you to the model runs. You know, right here, like the HRRR. There's also many more, like the RFS. There's also the GFS and many others. There's also some ensembles too. And that'll be very cool. That'll be very important when there's a severe weather threat on the way. You know, we're getting closer and closer to spring, so you know, that is something that will be used more often around that time. Now, if you want to access the outlooks here, like the SPC outlooks day 1 through 3 and all that, you can click this little icon with the globe that says outlooks. Click that, and you can get the day 1 through 3 here. There's also one for the tornado, wind, hail. There's also one over here for the day 4 through 8, which, as you can see, there's nothing on these. And there's nothing on those at all. You know, there's plenty more. There's plenty more, I mean. There's also one for thunderstorms, fire weather, flooding, precipitation, and snow here. Also many other hazards as well. We can go over here now. Click if you want to like change it to a 12-hour clock or a 24-hour clock, or if you want to turn on or off dark mode, then you can click this icon right here that has the logo. You can click that, then you can just click this right here, and go to My Preferences, and then you can see it right here. If you want to sync your settings, you have to get plus for that. You want to click this icon again, you can go to keyboard shortcuts, and then you can learn all of the shortcuts that you can use if you don't want to use the mouse all the time. Over here, click the icon for a third time, then you can go to the map settings. You can either do the default, which is what I'm using right now, the satellite, which looks like this, the dark mode, which looks like that, or the light mode, which looks like this. There's also a day one, which looks like that, and the outdoors one that looks like that. And so you can choose from 6 different options. You can also do like a globe projection. You have to get plus for that. Split view max maps. You have to get pro for that. The show the map scale here, that's free. Then you can do the country settings, which you can thicken or thinnen the borders here. You know, like the borders between different countries like the US or Canada and Mexico too. Do state. You can thicken or thinnen the state borders here, like over here. Then county, you can thicken or thinnen the settings here, like these borders here. Also some road network settings and all of that. This and this here, you have to get pro for it. There's also another thing. There's also like these alerts here. If you want to change the color of them, you can go to this little icon here that has a caution sign on it. And then go to settings. And you can choose from these different options and change the colors on them. You know, just like change the colors and all that and whatnot. You can also do the same thing for Canada. There's this recent update. You can now access Canadian alerts too, which that is pretty cool. There's also these settings here. For the plus, you can do the sorting in the sidebar here and filtering. And Canada, here you can pretty much do the same thing, but for our show only active alerts here is the only thing in filtering. Now we're gonna start getting into some of the good stuff. Over here, if you click these 3 lines, you can see a whole menu of options. First, we're gonna do this is the outlooks. This is the outlooks here. You can actually click this, so the outlooks can appear at the same time as the radar does, which that is pretty cool. We'll turn that off for right now. And then over here, there's also has cams, which is basically these where you can access where you can look at different cities. Let's take this one right here for an example. Clarksdale, Mississippi. You can actually access a feed where you can look at the horizon and whatnot. You know, you can use that during severe weather too. So that's pretty cool. There's also traffic cameras. You can look at different traffic cameras here throughout various states. Where all these blue icons are, you can access the traffic cameras from those specific states. That is pretty cool. There's also spotter network here, where you can track different storm spotters or anything like that. There's also a storm chasers button. You can access different storm chaser feeds. There's also surface front. You can get that like low pressure and high pressure, warm front, cold front.
Hey, Miles.
Yes?
What you do with the those sauces that were in your bag?
Oh, like
you threw them away.
I'm sorry.
Now you know. Whenever you get sauces, you're supposed to save them. Save them next time, okay?
Okay.
Take them out the bag. Put them in the sauce drawer. You know where the sauce drawer is.
Mm-hmm.
Put them in there, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
So right here, you can also click my location where you can access different locations. You can put your address or another location. I won't be clicking on that since I don't want to dox myself. There's also metars, where you can access temperature, dew point, wind direction, or wind speed. You can turn it on for different regions of the world, like North America. You can turn it on for different continents, like North America, South America, Asia, Australia, Europe, Oceania, and Africa. And this button, you can pretty much select them all. But for right now, we're just going to turn on North America. Y'all mode, this is basically from Ryan Hall, y'all. That's for, I believe, plus members. Split view is also for plus members. Expert mode is for pro members. Navigation, locate me, and storm chaser mode here. And then there's this little neat drawing tool. If we drew something like that, and then we can click this, and the drawing actually stays. Because that is pretty cool. Now, over here with the measuring tool, you can measure distances from different areas, between two different areas here, like that. Which can be useful. And then there's the storm track right here. You can draw a storm track to track where a storm will go. You know, for example, like right here, you can do like that. If a storm was going 30 miles per hour, or yeah, right here. If a storm was going 30 miles per hour here, it would hit these different areas at different times, like right here, which we can use that for different severe weather events. There's also a button here to get either plus or pro. And over here there's a my account. Oh shoot. There's a my account here where you can access your account details and all of that. Or if you want to sign out, I think there's a sign out option too. I have to look again later. Now we're going to go into the menus here. There's a reflectivity here and a velocity and a correlation coefficient. Obviously, there's also a precipitation type. Everything you'd expect with radar. There's also a reflectivity X and a max reflectivity. Those are two options for reflectivity for the pro subscription. There's also storm tracks here that you can turn on here. 3D radar for plus members, lightning. Well, I mean, standard is the standard here. You can either turn it off, or for plus members, it's probably more advanced. For max scans, you can increase that with the plus or pro subscription. The reflectivity unit by dBz's or anything like that. The velocity unit by miles per hour, miles a second, meters a second, kilometers per hour, knots, or feet a second. There's also a range ring here where it'll show you how far radar data can go. You know, like this limit right here. There's also for the playback speed, you can do it slow or fast. And smoothing, that's for plus members. If you want it full, you can turn it up to full. If you want it halfway, you can turn it to halfway and all of that. Opacity, you can either make it You can either make it fully visible or you can make it transparent altogether. The reflectivity gate filter, you can decrease the amount of decibels that show up, like that or like that. If you want to do it like that. There's also a fast scan for the pro members. There's also a flash reflectivity for the pro members. Customizing your color tables, you can customize these different things here. You can also drop some PAL files here for the different color tables. You know, like GR2 analyst files. You can put those in WeatherWise here. And then this here for the show cross section, where you can do something like that, and you can see how high a storm is. I think I don't really know how to explain it, but yeah, that is for pro members. And then right here, you can check the here you can check with this accessory. You can check how much dBz here is on the reflectivity, or for the velocity. You can check how fast anything is going, like how fast the winds are blowing or how heavy the rain is here. Yeah, you can also play. You can also play that footage with this button here. You can also change the different tilts. Then this right here will show you what time the scan was taken and what mode the radar is in. Right now, the Kansas City radar is in clear air mode, which means there is no precipitation detected. And if there was precipitation detected, then it would be in precipitation mode. That'll and oh, by the way, you can also search different cities. Like, for example, like that, you can search all these different cities here with that magnifying glass, and it'll actually take you to that city, which is going to be very awesome, which is going to be cool if you want to look for different cities or look to see if a city will be impacted by a thunderstorm or snowstorm or anything like that. And I believe that will just about conclude it for right now. That'll just about conclude it. You can also change the discussions, like severe weather, winter weather, precipitation, animate during playback, or the thick or thinness of the outline. You can change that too in this here. You can also, in this list, check the warnings here, the watches here. You can also check advisory statements, outlooks, forecast discussions, tropical weather, anything like that. Nothing in those fields, which is cool. So guys, that will officially conclude this tutorial on how to use WeatherWise. Stay tuned, and I might make a tutorial on how to use Supercell WX, which is this little application I have down here. And there's also quad weather here, which I might make a tutorial out of as well, although there isn't much I can really explain about that one. So overall, guys, just have a good rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.